couple years ago, and then now a couple months ago, I saw this viral video of, you all know Pastor Rick Warren, one of the most famous pastors of Saddleback, retired now. And he was doing this commencement speech, and he was just sharing what people always tell him. They always say, Pastor Rick, I know what my problem is. My problem is that I don't love God enough. I just need to love God more. I need to love God more. And he's saying, no, that's not your problem. Your problem is that you don't understand how much God actually loves you. You keep thinking that it's about your thing, but it's about God's love for you. And I realize it's because I feel like a lot of us, obviously, we all know that God loves us. But the temptation is that God's love is like, He loves us as a whole. He loves us as humanity. He loves us. I remember this one man, he was struggling so much, and he said, Father, I feel like God has to love me. I'm like, whoa. What'd you just say? Father, I feel like God has to love me. I'm like, whoa. God doesn't have to love you. He loves you intensely. Parents, do you have to love your kids? Maybe when they're troubled, but you know what I mean, parents. You would never say that. Your child is born, and you look at your child, and you don't say, I have to love you. You say, I love you. Why? Because you are mine and I am yours, right? When you look at St. Mary Magdalene, I got to go to her place, and I remember experiencing a woman who, I don't know how to explain it. It was like this spiritual understanding of a woman whose love of Jesus radically changed her because she felt the intimate love that He had for her. But imagine all the people He had love for. The apostles, St. Peter, St. Paul, one by one, they all were loved by Jesus. But one by one, especially Mary Magdalene, she was touched profoundly because she understood the intimacy of love. St. Mary Magdalene, she had 7 demons. That said, she had 7 demons. Can you imagine being possessed by 7 demons? How many of us have experienced temptation and weakness and sin? We all have, in one way or another. And many times I'll meet people, they'll say, Father, I'm so sinful. There's no way that God can love me. If God can love a possessed woman with 7 demons, He can love you. Okay? Unless some of you are possessed and we can talk, but I'm sure you're not, right? When you look at her life, she was a woman who imagined not knowing God, being possessed, being cast away, being separated from everybody. Because when you're possessed, no one wants to talk to you. You're kind of by yourself already, right? Her life was so touched that she began to become one of the women that would follow Jesus and His disciples, and they would be the one who provide for them. From the very beginning, when the apostles they ran away, she was the one that stayed at the foot of the cross. St. John says it was Mother Mary, there's another woman, and there was St. Mary Magdalene at the foot of the cross with St. John. And the rest completely left Jesus. My dear friends, in the gospel, it may bother us for Jesus to say, woman, why are you holding on to me? It's not as if Jesus is saying, don't love me. It's saying, I need you to understand that I need you to let me go so you can in turn follow the mission in which I gave you. I need you to let go of my physical me, my me that was on earth, because now I am arisen, I am Lord, I am Messiah, and I'm alive, and I need you to tell the world that. I need you to be trusting in that my love for you is firm and that I'm going to go to heaven so you in turn may bring everybody else to me in heaven as well. That's what that means. It's not, don't love me, what are you doing, you're being weird, stop it. It's saying, no, I know you love me, but I need you to let me go because I'm going to go to heaven and I need you to do the work in which I've sent you on. It's the same for us. If you are someone in here today that still is unsure God's particular love for you, then I want you to do this. One time I was at my old church, and I forgot where I got this from. Either I was reading something or something, and someone said, why don't you ask Jesus how much He loves you? And I'm like, why do I need to do that? I feel like He already loves me. He's like, no, but I don't think you understand how much He actually loves you, so I need you to ask Him. And so I sat there in prayer, and it was one of the most profound moments with Jesus. I sat there and I said, How much do you love me? And I kid you not, it was like a floodgate of like this personal, intimate love. And I heard him in my heart say, you have no idea how much I love you. And I started crying immediately. I've had multiple moments of that in my life. That's why I am how I am. That's why I'm so obsessed with Jesus. Even in the suffering, even in the sadness, even in the brokenness, you love Jesus because his love for you never changes. That's what Pastor Rick Warren said. Even when you don't feel his love, he loves you. But we have to get that into our brains because when life gets hard, we think, God, do you love me? He's saying, what more do I need you to know? I love you. I gave you the Eucharist. I gave you confession. I give you all these things always, always, always. I love you. I love you. I love you. My dear friends, if we cannot understand that God loves us, then the rest of the world who doesn't go to Mass every day will never understand that. If we can get it, then the world has a chance to understand that God radically loves us.